Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to part 2 of the Cherry Bullet release for today. We're checking out the rest of the EP, the Cherry Dash EP. Now, Play on the World was a lot. It was definitely a switch up in terms of sound, not just in terms of Cherry Bullet music, but in terms of like the industry as a whole. And I'm genuinely kind of intrigued at what the rest of this project is going to sound like. I fell in love with their title tracks when they performed at MIK last year. They had really good vibes, they had really good energy, and it was just a whole lot of fun hearing them live. And I loved Love in Space last year. I don't know how I feel about p.o.w yet, necessarily. I think it's gonna need... It's definitely gonna be a grower for me, I think. But we've got the rest of the album to check out. So here we go. Unfortunately, there aren't any lyric videos, like, at all, for the entire album. There was one for p.o.w, but already it had, like, a whole bunch of corrections in the comments section, which, I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, we weren't gonna check out the title track again anyways, because we don't have the time to. So we're just going to do the 4 B-sides on the album. So we've got Whistle Like That, we've got Cloud 9, we've got Queen, and then we've got A Winter Star, which has member writing credits on, which I'm tremendously excited about. But we're going to deal with Spotify for the time being. Just going to run through them. I'll give you a little blurb on what I think about them. If you want to skip ahead to a certain song, the timeline's always going to be chaptered, so you can skip ahead. And yeah, let's jump right into it. Whistle Like That. Doesn't look like there's any member credits until the last song, so just jump right into it. Here we go. I missed the button. Again, kind of a minimalistic start to the song. Followed by a pretty grandiose pre-chorus. And once again, we're kind of starting with a kind of minimal chorus drop. Okay, so they've opted for a post-chorus with a little bit of a riser leading up to it this time. Okay. And then right back into it with a little transition. Okay. Oh. Hold the beat back a little bit. Rap verse? No. Yeah, this is such a, like, bold pre-chorus. And then they rein it back a little bit for the chorus drop, which is really interesting. Because this is another one of those chorus drops that kind of teeters the line between anti-drop and actual drop. There it is, okay. Yeah, I wish this drop had more to it. Because it just feels like a bit of an anticlimax considering how brash and loud the pre-chorus is. even this like post-chorus section here, sure, it has the riser and the little descent afterwards. It's still a pretty minimal. It's still pretty minimal. Okay. Again, I'm not sure how I feel about this one yet. It's another one of those things where they're kind of playing around with like genre norms in a way. Like this is a much more pop sound in terms of like how the song is structured and how the song actually sounds. This is much more of a pop song than the title track p.o.w. was. While it does still have like certain EDM elements to it, I don't think I'm quite sold on the chorus drop yet. We can go back to it. If I can find it, it's gonna be impossible to find. Actually, you know what? Even better. Let's go from the pre-chorus. Nope, not yet. Like, I think this part here with the verse, the instrumental for the verse itself is perfectly fine. The verse can be minimal, and I think that's okay. It's just how they take that energy moving forward into the pre-chorus and the chorus that kind of like, because the chorus is like the killing point of the song. It doesn't really matter what song it is, the chorus is like the main portion of the song. And it's how you lead up to the chorus that's going to be the most important part of the song. And so, like, while we have kind of a minimal lead in through the verse, that's perfectly fine because it just kind of acts as like one long build up into the chorus. I was in the chorus, wasn't I? I'm professional, I swear. And I think that little like mistake on my end might also be another thing, is that like the chorus in terms of like energy and the sound sounds way too similar to the verse for me. And like when I listen to a song, like cold listen to it, I listen to it once and like I try and find bits and pieces throughout the song. I should be able to find when the chorus is just by listening to it. And I think the fact that I mistook that chorus as the verse, I think says a lot about how I feel about it right now. It's just isn't enough going on with it to like kind of distinguish. It just feels like verse, pre-chorus, and then verse again, if that makes sense. I do like how they held off on the rapping part until the bridge though. Because it's something a little bit different. It's usually the second verse is like the rapping verse, but holding it off until the bridge is a different way of incorporating a rapping verse within the song, and it makes the breakup between the second chorus and the final chorus a lot more drastic. So I do like what they did with that, but I don't think I'm quite sold on the song yet. But that's okay. I can't like every song that's out in the world. So next song we have Cloud 9. Reddit seems to like this song a lot, so let's find out.
아침이 오면 그 모든 게 꿈이었을까 봐 잠 못 들어 이렇게 자꾸만 내가 좋아진단 말하던 미소가 또 눈앞에서 아름다운 구름 위를 걷는 기분 Maybe I'm crazy 온 세상 모두가 날 기다린 페스티벌 또 송이 바람 햇살마저 날 위해서 막 툭툭툭 좀 소리를 뿜 깊이 눈부신 꿈
I love this kind of musical feel this song has. And like honestly, based off of the like older treble title tracks, this is kind of like the sound that I associate with Cherybollet in a way. Nice melodic transition here. It kind of gives me Mika Grace Kelly vibes a little bit. It's just a really simple piano, like quarter note piano hits in the background. course, it's got brass sections in it. I'm going to love it. Yeah, something about it. It just gives off kind of musical vibes, like Broadway musical vibes, but also kind of has like a trace of just like youthfulness to it. Oh, really pretty vocals on this really gentle final chorus, and then all the brass. Ooh. What a way to end the song. Just completely kill the tempo meter and just have the vocals, just breathy vocals on its own time, finish the song. Ooh. This is my song of the album so far. Ooh. I love it. I love it. It's so different from the other songs on the album so far. And it's, let's see, do I recognize any of the production team? I don't. But oh, it's really catchy. The ba ba da da. The post-chorus motif is super catchy. The brass section, the melody, the whole energy of the song is so playful, and it really does. It's like if you took really, really, like Cherybulet's really, really. It's like if you took that, mixed it with Mika's Grace Kelly, and then you turned it into a Broadway musical number, you would get this. I love it. Like, can you not just imagine the members like stood on stage with their like hands held together, like with their arms raised and just waving back and forth? Okay, is just me? Okay, that's fine. I like that one though. That was really good. All right, next up, Queen. Oh, getting the rap version early on the song. Did they just start the song with the chorus? Again, it's got this kind of playful nature to it. I'm liking this. Okay, so we are in the pre-chorus now. Rapping in the chorus. Okay, this song's interesting from a song structure point of view. And the energy doesn't really change going into the chorus, but I quite like it because the song is pretty high energy. It's not too in your face, it's kind of a nice bop vibe. Get melodic with the bridge one time. Oh, the breathy vocals. Yeah, okay. Very interesting back-to-back B-sides on this album. Because it's stylistically so different from the title track "p.o.w" and Whistle Like That. Oh. Yeah, this one again is so playful and it's so happy and... Oh, that's right. I was going to talk about the song structure for this. Alright, music theory time. Typically on a pop song, I've mentioned this for a lot of artists' music recently, but your typical pop song formula consists of your first verse, your first pre-chorus, your first chorus. Rinse and repeat with the second verse, so second verse, pre-chorus, chorus, then you have a bridge, then a final chorus. And then, so think of that as your like cheese pizza in a way, right? You have your base, you have your sauce, and then you have your cheese. And then you have your little like interludes or your post-choruses or your pre-verse transition or an instrumental break, a dance break. Those don't really change the formula of like the overall song at all. It's just adding little fillers here and there. Think of that as your like, secondary toppings, like your pepperoni, your sausages, your peppers, your mushrooms, your sweet corn, I don't know what else people get on pizzas, but think of those as your toppings, right? What this song does is essentially takes your typical pop song formula and kind of jumbles it up a little bit. So like the song starts with the chorus, and within the chorus itself already has the rap verses within it. Then it goes verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and then it goes bridge, final chorus, and then a little outro. Essentially, what you have instead of a pizza is a calzone. It's an enclosed pizza now. Like, you have the base, and like the bulk of the pizza, which could be considered like the chorus, has enveloped the entire song on both ends. That's super cool. Because they start the song with the killing point. And you, the listener, don't really know that is the killing part of the song until you hear it again where the chorus should be. And I think that makes that song really interesting. I like it. Alright, last one, Winter Star. This one's got lyric credits by Haeyun and Bora. So here we go. Typically, last song on an album is a ballad, but that driving synth beat makes me think it might be something different. Nope, it's a proper ballad. Some really pretty chords in the background. Oh, what a grandiose flourish for this chorus. Interesting choice of the trap snare, or the trap hi-hat within this.
쉽진 않겠지.
Whoa. Love they added a little interlude note there.
다정해지는 거.
And broke the chord progression on the last note as well.
마침내 알게 될 거야. 나의 곁을 지켜줬던 너와.
And was that a 4-bar verse going straight back into the pre-chorus? It was. Short second verse.
치유되지 못한 모든 나를 기억해. 혼자 외로이 숨죽인 내게. 미안해 또 고마워 수없이 되뇌여 깊은 고요 속에 널 두 번 다시 잊지 않아. 나의 겨울별.
No key change, just straight back into this chorus. That high note too, absolutely gorgeous and right on cue. I love that there's an outro for this too. Oh! Oh! They ended with the fake riser. Okay. I quite like it when songs do that, where there's like a really short riser and then the song just abruptly ends. I think it's a very interesting style choice, and it kind of works for this. Okay. This was pretty typical of what you get at the end of an album with a ballad. I'm really glad that they didn't try and force a rap section into this. Like, rap verses, no matter how melodic or how like slow they can make it, I just don't think it really fits on a ballad all that often. When they do, it's really hard to get it right. So I'm glad they didn't try and shoehorn in a rap verse, and they just kept it super vocal heavy, because their vocals are so pretty. And their vocals are surprisingly gentle for a song, and like that, especially for that chorus that just really is a powerful chorus in terms of like volume and like the instrumentals behind it and how it flourishes. Like, it's a pretty aggressive chorus and like a grand chorus for a ballad, but their vocals don't necessarily get way too powerful or like in your face, and I quite like that. It balances it out, and I think it emphasizes the flourish of the song without making the vocals stick out too much, and I think they got the balance really well down. Ooh. And I'm glad that the members, or at least two of the members, got writing credits on it. Because I feel like whenever members write their own songs, it doesn't matter like if it's 1 or 2 or 7. There's this certain little like personalness to the song that you can almost hear, like instinctively hear. Like for me, knowing that two members like wrote the lyrics for this, the song feels more personal, like to them, just by listening to it, knowing that members wrote the lyrics for it. And I love it when groups do that. More companies need to let their artists compose more. I think that's so cool when companies allow them to do it. So FNC, thank you for letting them actually do the magic. But here we go. Okay, OBS managed to survive the whole album. Listen, that's great. Haven't been having great luck with it recently, but as for the album, not bad, not bad. I was, after watching p.o.w and then listening to Whistle like that, I was a little bit worried that I wasn't gonna like this album too much. But then Cloud9 Queen of a Winter Star kind of brought it back for me. It's, I think, given some time, and I'll grow to like p.o.w and Whistle like that a little bit more than I do at the moment. I think the song of the album for me has to be Cloud9. I vibe with it heavy. And, it's not just because I do the whole reaction thing doesn't mean I have to like everything that comes out. And I'm glad there's a wide variety of stuff on this album because there's bound to be people who don't like the title track and will like the B-sides, and there's some people who are bound to not like the B-sides who like the title track. There's something for everyone in this album, and I think that's great. And considering this is my first era following Cherry Bullet, this was a lot of fun and a really good experience. But that's it for me today. If this made it onto YouTube, hello YouTube. We survived Content ID. If this is over on the p.o.w, that's unfortunate. You'll have to, if you want to find the rest of the stuff I watched in the past, you have to go back onto YouTube and find that. But if this is on YouTube and you want to see more, channel icon is up there. You can find the back catalog stuff I watched in the past. Drop a subscription if you want to keep up to date with whenever I upload new videos. And if you want to watch another video of mine right away, YouTube recommends you watch that video down there. And until next time, bye-bye.